Welcome to the worst of the best podcast. You wanted the best. Well, they didn't freaking make it! So here's what you get. From Canada, Ryan and
Jason.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Worst of the Best podcast. I'm your host, Ryan. With me today, of course, my brother, Jason. This is Jason. How you doing today, by the way?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing well. I'm really excited for this one, Jay. This is another end of the year type episode, which I love. I love our end of the year episodes. So in 2 episodes from here, from this release, we'll be doing, of course, our celebrity deaths. We're going to wait till the year's over. We want to make sure that everyone that's supposed to die in 2023 gets their chance to die.
We more importantly, they get a chance to be on our podcast.
Well, that's just it. They want to be honored on our podcast because the one year we did it, Betty White, she died literally on the last day of the year. So we want to give the Betty Whites of the world a chance to die before we record. So we're going to record on January 2nd, I think, is for the best deaths of the year. I'm really excited. Again, it's a big list. Some great deaths have occurred this year, and we're looking forward to talking about those. With this today, Jason, we are doing the top Google searches. Now, this list has already come out, so I don't think it's really going to change. So Google has released the top Google searches that aren't of an adult nature. I think that's probably clear here. These are the top Google searches of 2023. Jay, let's get right into this. Let me set up the format here. So what we're doing here, folks, is that we're going to just say this is the thing. So when we go to the movie category, the actors or sports, Jason and I are going to say, do we even know why this was searched or what, or did we add to the algorithm ourselves personally? We're not going to talk forever about each topic, obviously, because movies, you could spend a whole hour just talking about one movie. So we're just going to say, did we see the film? Let's say, do we know who this athlete is or do we know why they're searched? And we're going to do some speculation. So a lot of it is just going to be you as a listener thinking the same thing, like, why is this person searched or do we know what's going on? And then we're going to go through each category and pick the worst one from each category. Yeah, Jay, go ahead.
Well, the reality is this is a curated list that we didn't have anything to do with.
That's right. No
this is straight. This is straight Googled. So we may not even know much of the topics that are brought up, or we might. I know there's stuff I've done a preliminary scan through the material, and some of these things I'm not familiar with. Some of them I am. But we have to go through the list based on what people were curious about in this past year. So, yeah, we can't really riff too much on everything anyways.
That's right. Okay, I'm excited to start going here, Jay. Let's do the first topic is movies. So this is the movies that were the most searched movies of 2023. Right away with number 1, we have Barbie. Did you see it?
No.
Did you search for it?
No.
Okay. It was the number 1 movie, if you can believe, of the year.
But did you see it?
No. We are going to watch, of course, with Madison. She really wants to see it. We almost took her to it, but we took her to the Taylor Swift New Eras film instead because they were out about the same time. But yeah, I'm sure I'll probably see it with her or she can see it on her own. But yeah, Barbie. Good for Barbie. Number 1 film. And right behind it, of course, it opened the same weekend was the Oppenheimer film. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I'm sure you will, and I'm going to at one point as well. Or does that interest you?
Sure sounds like it's a movie that I should watch. It's got great reviews and all the rest, but
why the hesitation?
I'm not
What's going on here?
I'm not sure the angle of the movie. I don't know. I guess the idea of a nuclear bomb destroying a whole bunch of people's lives doesn't hold a lot of interest to me, but maybe it's done in such a way that is so there could be great acting and great storytelling and whatnot. Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think I'm going to see it. I don't think it's about necessarily. I don't know. I haven't watched it. I actually haven't seen any trailers for it either. But I think the idea is that it's about the guys struggle with the fact that this is created and it is going to be used for that. But I don't think we see that being used that way per se. But it's the struggles of the reality of the situation. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you take the next 2 there, Jay? Or read the next 2.
It's Sound of Freedom. I have no idea what it's about.
Okay,
you
so
heard
this
of
was
this before?
this one I have heard of. So far, so good. I'm aware of all these. Haven't searched for any of these. I might have searched for Sound of Freedom. Now, Sound of Freedom was that movie about the child trafficking with Tim
Oh,
Ballard. Right.
yes, I am. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And this one was an interesting film because it was made like 5 years ago and it was bought by Disney, and then Disney didn't like it because they're pedophiles themselves. And so they didn't want to release it. And quite frankly, and so it got shelved and it wasn't going to be released. But then this independent Christian movie company took it over and bought the rights back. And then they released it on their own independently and ended up making mega bucks at the film box office, even though it was like 5 years old. Very interesting tale of the film itself to get released and out there. The conservative viewership that's out there, which is large viewership, which box office shows it's not just liberals that watch movies. Big box office hit.
So it makes me wonder: did Disney buy it in order to shelve it, and hide
That's
it? That's a conspiracy that we can get into.
That's the conspiracy.
Day.
Yeah, yeah.
So
who knows? Maybe. Yeah.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
That was the best movie of the year. It won best movie of the year in 2023. It was a 2022 release, but it won best film of the year. And so I started watching it on Amazon Prime, and I'm going to finish it. It's one of those, I watch films in piecemeal just because of life work schedules. I don't watch them all in one sitting anymore. But that being said, it's a good film. I don't know why it won best picture from what I've seen so far, but whatever.
You got to watch the movies it was up against, I suppose.
Maybe, yeah. Again, I have my theories about why that one won, but I won't stay on this platform. Yeah. Okay.
I have to be honest. I'm doing pretty bad on this. I don't really go to the movie theaters, apparently.
As I get older, too, I've seen less and less. But of these lists, I've seen quite a bit, funny enough, or know a lot about. I'm still a movie guy, so I keep my fingers a little bit on movies. I've always been that way. I've always enjoyed the movie scene and the Hollywood 2 degrees. This next one, of course, I have seen. It's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And that's the thing, too. I was going to say I have kids. So a few of these I've seen because I've taken the kids to things. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It was actually quite a good movie. It's the third installment, of course, of that film. It's the last one of the Guardians films. Very well done. Quite enjoyed it. And then on the number 6 was the Super Mario Brothers movie. That was a fun film. I'm not a Mario player. Of course, I'm familiar with the video game franchise. But again, I went because my boys love the games, love Mario. They're big Mario nerds. And I took them, and they enjoyed the film. Number 7, AJ?
Well, Creed 3, which I suspect you can speak more about than I can. I know what it's. I know it's in the Rocky realm, which you're
right
a pro at.
Well, yeah,
I did not see it, though.
Yeah, I saw the film really quickly. Great film. I thought it was well done. A lot of Rocky fans are mad because Sly's not in it. I just watched it as a film. Objectively, was it a good film? It was a good film. It was well done. Jonathan Majors had some issues. I don't know if he's in our list. I can't remember for actors, but he had some legal troubles. He was accused of physical assault against his girlfriend, apparently. He's pulled off all these Marvel films, and he's buried in Hollywood.
Is he? I saw somebody, and I'm not sure if it's the same guy. Jonathan, there's a guy that.
Sorry, this just in. David just said he was found guilty today. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. There you go.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just saw a headline. I didn't know that was the same dude, but
the same guy. Okay, that's in the boy. Hot off the press. Thank you to our chat. See, it just goes to show you I don't follow everything. But okay. Oh, he's found guilty today. All right, there you go, folks. Okay. All right.
John Wick. Chapter 4 of the John Wick series. Have you seen any of these movies?
I have. I've seen the first 3. I haven't seen the 4th one yet. I'm going to. The 5th one's actually been greenlit as well. So good for Keanu Reeves late in his life and his career to have this resurgence of this action film. These films do very well at the box office.
Yeah.
And Keanu does a great job in the action department. And I don't know if you've seen any of his behind the scenes stuff of him practicing as John Wick. It's amazing, like the stunt work that he does.
I see more of the little behind the scenes snippets through the socials than I have. I have not seen any of the movies, but I see more of the role playing and rehearsals than I have of the movies. Yeah. And it's impressive. His gun skills and fighting skills and stuff it's cool.
Not a great actor, but a sweetheart of a guy. He seems to be like a genuinely nice guy. I think we've talked about that before, but okay. The last 2 on the top 10 is Five Nights at Freddy's. It was based on that popular horror video game series. And my son Jackson is like the hugest. It's for kids. It's like a horror survival type game for kind of like tweens. It's scary. I don't know. It's still bloody-ish. It's like a PG-13 Nightmare on Elm Street. It's like Nightmare on Elm Street was PG-13.
Yeah, I get
Like,
I get the type of horror that you're talking about. It's
Yeah,
like it's over the top that you're.
but it's still creepy and gross. There's some kill scenes and blood, but it's not splatter or swearing or nudity. It's pretty darkish. It's perfect for a tween or an early teenager, and it was an okay film for me to watch as an adult. But it was just fun to watch my son, he's a total nerd about this video game franchise, and he was saying stuff like throughout the film, like talking about each character, and it's like nerding out about the character. So it was totally for him, and it was just fun to watch his excitement for this film. And then the last one on the top 10 list is Cocaine Bear. Yeah, it's based on a true story, believe it or not, about a bear that actually ingested cocaine and went on a cocaine rampage. The guy threw out the cocaine out of the plane and it landed in the woods. And the bear ate the cocaine. Apparently killed somebody in a cocaine rage. Of course, it was over the top and played for a little bit of laughs or something. The film itself, the film's not very good. I started watching it on Amazon Prime and I stopped.
How did you not know that it wasn't going to be good?
I think they were trying to go for the campy good, like we are campy. Look at us, we're a campy. It's a campy film, huh? But then it was like,
right.
No, but you're trying too hard, and then it takes away from Okay, all right. So Jason, out of that list, I know it's for you.
Yeah,
I guess the worst would be which one would you want to see the least, maybe, or
Barbie.
Okay, that didn't take long. All right.
No,
for me. You know what?
Don't tell me it's not Barbie. Okay.
No, I just slow down. I'm just gonna review the list. You're right. I have all those films that I've seen. I enjoyed. I enjoyed to a degree. Even Cocaine Bear, I think I would finish before I watched Barbie. Yeah, fair enough. I think I would at least finish Cocaine Bear before I had to sit through Barbie. All right, the top 10 TV shows. These ones I will even be less than the movies by far. But we'll go through it. I'll do the first two. The Last of Us. I know it's based on the video game series. It's on HBO. I think it did very well. I think it was well received. I didn't play the video games or see the film or the TV show, but it was well received, reviewed, and I believe the season 2 is coming out. And then the second one was Ginny and Georgia. It's a Netflix series that follows the story of a mother and daughter as they settle down in a new town. This was number 2. I've never heard of this TV show.
No, either have I.
Okay, yeah, but it's number 2.
Queen Charlotte, A Bridgerton Story. It's a spinoff from Bridgerton.
Yeah, I've heard of the original. I heard of the original, and I heard it again just through popular culture, but I haven't seen it. It's a spinoff. Okay, wow.
Yeah, based on the character Queen Charlotte. Is that a real queen or is it?
I think it is. I think it's like one of those factual people, but heavily dramatized.
Yeah, is it modern?
Say again your question.
Or is it an older queen? Is it like a modern?
I don't know.
Queen. Oh,
I don't know. I think it's older from the costumes I've seen.
Okay.
And you got the
Daisy Jones and the Six.
So it must have been already released. It's Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah, based on a novel. Based off a novel. The Rise and Fall of a Fictional 1970s Rock Band. Okay, I have seen.
That sounds actually interesting.
I have seen I've seen the book cover. I've seen like an Audible things that you enjoy or whatever suggested. I've seen the book cover on that.
That might be interesting, considering I like 70s rock. It's a fictional rise and fall, but I bet you it draws from real life band type behavior and stuff. Right. Okay, I might actually watch that one. There you go. Not my worst so far. So we got Wednesday. This was based, of course, on the character Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family. This was very popular. My kids watched this. They loved it. My daughter in particular, she loved it. They did this Wednesday dance sequence was in this show. Apparently, I've seen snippets of that. Jenna Ortega was, of course, the star Wednesday. Very popular on Netflix. I can see why that was heavily searched. Now, the 90s show, Jason, for TV shows was the number 6 show that was Googled. Now, I won't say why just yet. We'll save it for the celebrities, okay? We'll save it for the celebrities. There's a reason. I'm going to tell you why. Do you know why?
No idea. I didn't know there was a 90s show.
Save it. Yeah. Wait, 90s show? I'm thinking of the 70s show. Wait, what is the 90s show? Oh,
it's a spin-off. I'm thinking the 70s.
It's a spin-off. My apologies. Okay, there is a reason the 70s show would have been Googled, but my apologies. Sorry, the 90s show was just a spin-off from the 70s. Okay, I got you now. Oh, is that on Netflix too? Probably. Maybe. I don't even know.
When I first read it, I was thinking of the 70s show, and I'm like, why is the 70s show still that popular? There's a TV show here, Kaleidoscope.
I've never heard of the show. Couldn't tell you anything about it. Interesting.
Beef?
This one I've heard about. I kind of want to see it. Beef is I think it's a play on words in the show. I think it's about a car accident that happens or something, and the beef ensues afterwards type thing. So it's a play on words, like they have a beef with each other. But I think beef might be in the show as well, like meat. To like they might work at a beef factory. But it sounds intriguing. It's like a whole series of events because of a car accident. So I wouldn't mind seeing.
Two strangers whose involvement in a road rage incident escalates into a prolonged feud. So it's a drama and a comedy.
Yeah.
And it's Asian based, like all the characters and stuff.
That's cool. Okay, and what's the last two? Is it? Are we the last two? The Idol. That's with The Weeknd. The reason why this was heavily this was a disaster of a show apparently. So The Weeknd was in the show, and I have not seen this. I have no interest, but apparently he plays like a pop idol, or his character or the character around him is a pop idol. Is written, directed, or by the same guy that did Euphoria.
Yeah, it focuses on a female pop idol and her complex relationship with Tedros, a sleazy nightclub owner, self-help
that's
guru,
probably The Weeknd.
cult leader.
So apparently this show got trashed by the critics. So Euphoria seems to be more of a critic darling, and I think it's got a couple seasons. And so the same guy did this show, The Idol, but it got canceled mid-season. Like my understanding is they didn't even release all the episodes that were filmed. The last one is a show I'm actually currently watching, Jason. I'm currently watching this show. Yeah. So The Fall of the House of Usher. It's on Netflix. It's very well done. It's a family drama horror. It's got a couple jump scares, some gory scenes, has some really like hard to watch scenes, but which I like, but it's interspersed. It's not like every scene. Yeah, it's like a shock value for a moment. Then it moves on to a standard drama in a sense where you're like, but then you're shocked here and there. But it's slightly based on an Edgar Allan Poe short story, but it's in modern times. It's about a family who runs a pharmaceutical company, and it's based on greed, and all the kids are killed by an entity, and the father is the only surviving member, and his sister. And it's like a generational family drama. It's really quite well done, very well done. I highly recommend it. If you like that kind of stuff, family drama, a bit of horror, not for the faint of heart in some scenes, but I like it a lot. I highly recommend it. So Jason, of the TV shows, which one, if you had to watch all 10, but there's one you said you didn't have to watch, which one would you say I'm not going to watch?
I was leaning towards Ginny and Georgia until you talked about The Idol. Okay. I suppose The Idol.
Yeah, I was leaning towards that too, but I almost would want to watch it to see why it was so terrible. It's almost like to watch the train wreck.
Right. You need to investigate the reason why it was so bad.
In a way. Yeah. So there's like a morbid curiosity, because I don't think I would enjoy the 90s show. I haven't watched the 70s show, but the 90s show.
It seems, to me, it's the same. There's a few on here that I would struggle through for sure. Right. But that one, the Ginny and Georgia one, just seems like the most boring idea. But The Idol, if it was canceled, and how often do we have to do these tropes on nightclubs and the scene around a nightclub? And like that's so overdone and we've seen it. We get it.
Okay, so that's so what was your pick? Sorry,
I suspect The Idol.
Okay, so I would watch it for us. Let you know, I would watch it out of morbid curiosity. So I think my pick is actually the 90s show.
Okay, fair enough.
It'd be boring. I wouldn't laugh at once. So at least the morbid curiosity factor is enough for me to watch The Idol. It's kind of deplorable to watch, but the 90s show, look, we're in the 90s. Look, our cell phones are big. I don't know. Look at our bright colors. Hammer time.
I was going to say neon clothes, puffy pants, or whatever it might be.
All right. Okay. Now we're getting into celebrities. And yes, this is male and female. I find this interesting. Of the list, Jason, this is male and female celebrities. Only one female out of the 10.
A lot of girls searching on Google.
So it just means that of the 10 celebrities, these are actual like actors, celebrities, I should say, actors, 9 of the 10 are males. 1 is not. So either females also Google men, or females don't Google actors, or a bit of both.
Okay, so let's start with number 1 here. Jeremy Renner. Yeah. You know him, Hurt Locker, which I think is his only good acting.
He did the Marvel films too.
Yeah, so The Hurt Locker is still his best movie role. But let's be honest, Hawkeye, nobody looks at the Hawkeye to help you out in a Marvel fight or whatever you call these.
Yeah, I feel bad for Hawkeye. You only need the Hulk. One Hulk can take on the whole universe, quite frankly. And they really underused the Hulk. They had to downgrade the Hulk, or else he just beats up everybody. Yeah, the Hulk is like the equivalent of the Superman in the Marvel. Like Superman by himself can take on everybody. So Jeremy Renner, you know why he would have been number one, though, right?
No idea, though. Why?
He was in a snowmobile accident where he almost died.
Whoa. Oh, yeah.
Like he almost lost his leg. Like he was so he was helping a neighbor get out of the snow with his snowmobile or a snow clearer. He got caught under his own machine, snowblower. He got caught under his machine. His leg got sliced up and he was bleeding out, but his neighbor happened to be a doctor and saved his life while the ambulance came out of nowhere. If his neighbor was some old lady, let's say, or whatever, someone who couldn't move, or he would have died. He was almost dead. So he had a snow blower.
Right.
He cleared out his driveway and he goes, I'm going to go help as a neighborly thing to do. He went to his neighbors who wasn't
that's
close
what Hawkeye
by.
would do. That's what
Hawkeye. Yeah, he's a real hero. But anyways, he's walking around now with a cane and stuff. I think he's doing okay now, but it took a recovery was a lot. But there's talks like he never act again. There's talks he never walk again. So he literally almost bled out because of major arteries. Yeah. Huh. So that's why he was heavily searched. A big talk. Yeah. Nice enough guy. So obviously we don't want him to be dead. Number two, somebody speaking of almost dying. Well, number two was Jamie Foxx.
Or is he dead?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen that video of him coming back? Hey guys, I'm okay.
And where has he been since then?
I think he's been public. I think he's been public.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know anything about him. I know who he is, but so yeah, he had that COVID scare, or no, he got sick, mysteriously ill, disappeared off the planet.
Yeah, don't say COVID. Be careful. We're gonna get canceled on YouTube here. You got to be careful.
We got to make our money here. We can't be demonetized.
Can't be demonetized.
And then he goes like missing in action, and all this like weird kind of. He's had a stroke. He's gone blind.
Yeah, so there was his return to the public video where he looked really he was sick, so he could just look really off, but he did not look like the same Jamie Foxx. It looked like a clone or something. I'm not sure.
That's how long it took for the plastic surgery of the person that they made into Jamie Foxx to heal.
I think he's been public. Yeah. I don't know. You're right, David. Is Jamie Foxx the new Paul McCartney? I don't know. Do we have another Jamie Foxx? Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Okay, so that's why he was heavily Googled, because he almost died, but he's back on the attack. Yeah. Now we're going to number 3. This is where I got confused when I saw the 90s show. Danny Masterson. Okay, so he played the role of Stephen Hyde in the 70s show. That's his big role. He's a Scientologist as well. I don't want the Scientologists to get mad at me, but he's also a Scientologist. Oh. He got charged with sexual assault and he got found guilty. His wife divorced him and he's in jail.
Was it an actress that was with, or
I don't know the details, to be honest with you. I think people he worked with for sure. I think there was some discussion even with his behavior on the set of Ashton Kutcher's kind of wrapped up this a little bit with Mila Kunis being as young as she was during the filming of the 70s show. There's some discussions about that. I'll let people Google that on their own, but Mila Kunis was young at the time. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, but so he got found guilty and he's in jail and his wife divorced him in the process. Yeah. All right, number 4, Jay. Actually, I'll do number 4 and you do 5 to 6. 4 is Matt Rife, the comedian. Matt Rife, have you heard of him?
Yeah, peripherally, he got in trouble for making a joke. I can't remember what the joke was, and this is actually fairly recently. I think this is the guy who made an off-color joke, or I'm not sure what it was.
And then he quickly apologized.
Did he apologize? I thought he dug in.
I think he apologized. I could be wrong. I don't know him. I haven't Googled him. I just know who he is because I listen to other comedy podcasts. I just listened to a couple. They talk about it. He's come up. I haven't seen any of his bits, but my understanding for him is that he's a quote unquote good looking guy. The ladies like he's bringing the ladies to the show. That's his big audience is the lady, and he does crowd work pretty good apparently. Anyways, I think he made a misogynistic type joke, and of course his crowd is female, so a lot of them are like, "Oh, how could you?" And so now, I'm sorry, my audience got mad at me for me trying to be edgy, and I guess he was too edgy, and people don't like your jokes and don't go to the show. I don't think comedians should ever have to apologize. That's just me. If you don't like the jokes, don't listen. Move on. But whatever. Yeah, that's Matt Rife. He's a new up-and-coming comedian. He's getting very popular. His projection to stardom is going pretty fast and high. All right, EJ, you got next two.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
So I've seen him. I know him from his memes and reels.
Sure. Okay.
More than I know of anything that he's done.
Yeah, I've watched him.
Now I see Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he was a character for a season. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen the other shows like Narcos and The Mandalorian. What was the big thing that made him? Oh, with Nicolas Cage. He had that movie with Nicolas Cage, and that's where all these reels are coming from.
Yeah, that's the memes where he's looking at Nicolas Cage and laughing. Yeah, so that's a great film, by the way. You should really watch that. Nicolas Cage plays himself. Pedro Pascal plays a big fan of his, and he invites him over to his mansion and everything, and that's why he's like a creepy fan, so to speak, or some sort of. But Pedro Pascal seems like a really nice guy. He's done very well for himself. He was in The Mandalorian, but he's retired from that. But he's in The Last of Us as well. He was in Game of Thrones for a season. He played the Viper. He's the one that beat up the Mountain, or one of those guys in the big arena fight. That was him. Great guy, great actor. And in Narcos as well. Like, he's been in a lot of big stuff. He's the most popular, not popular guy out there. He's in a lot of great high acclaimed stuff. So good for him. And he's coming out with a new project that was just announced. So I'm really happy for him for that as well. David's saying about Matt Rife here, just go back a bit here. He says that Matt Rife apologized when it didn't work. He then doubled down. So we're both right.
Okay.
So,
if he was sincere or even half sincere, say, hey, look, I took the joke too far. And then people still crap on him for doing that. You can't win, right? You can't win in this with the cancel culture mob that a lot of these people find themselves dealing with. And once they decide that you're to be attacked, you're attacked. And you can't appease them. You just can't appease them. So damned if you do, damned if you don't.
oh, yeah.
Maybe at the end of the day, just don't apologize and try to suck up to these people.
You know what? I don't know if I listened to Adam Carolla. I still listen to him, his podcast. And he actually, that's his motto. He says, I never apologize. He never apologizes. That's been his motto. He says, once you have created the atmosphere that you're never going to apologize, they stop coming after you.
Yeah.
He says what he wants. If you don't like it, don't listen to him. That's his motto. Don't listen to me. But once you apologize, you've created the atmosphere that you're going to go at the whim, what everyone tells you. But just, don't apologize. Okay. We're talking about popular culture apologize. We're not talking about you hurt your spouse or your fat. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You got the next one as well.
Yeah. Jonathan Majors, an American actor in the films like The Last Black Man in San Francisco, TV series Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft.
Don't know anything about it.
Jonathan Majors, he's the guy we just talked about with Creed. He was in the Creed 3 film. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's why he was.
That's why he's. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was found guilty today. All right. His career's over. This is it. He's going to the good way of Kevin Spacey. He might have some sort of unknown role, or you know what I mean by that? Like
hopefully he doesn't end up killing some of the people that accuse him of things. Kevin Spacey's starting to work on his Clinton hit list.
That's true. Yeah, Kevin has killed a few people. That's true. But that being said, Jonathan Majors, he seems it's too bad. He was actually really what I've seen him in, he's actually a really charismatic, great actor, and it's too bad that he's been found guilty. All right, I hope everything works out for both partners, and he serves his time and maybe comes back to Hollywood. But I doubt Hollywood will take him. Hollywood is not forgiving at all. All right, I'll do the next two. Sophie Turner. Now, speaking of Game of Thrones, that's the big thing she's known for. She played Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones. Yeah. So this is the one female that made the list, and the reason why she was on the list.
Yeah, why?
Because she got divorced.
Oh,
that's it.
So you're saying I have a chance?
You have a chance. She's single. I think she's going through separation and divorce from a famous actor. I can't remember. Was it one of the Jonas Brothers, I think? Oh. So that kind of explains why she might have made the list.
She's pretty.
I wouldn't have. She's a stunning lady. Yeah, she is a very attractive woman. Russell Brand was also made the top 10, Jason.
He was also accused of sexual
that's right.
Misconduct from like 20 years.
But there's rumors that was brought up because of some of the things he says. So he says some things that.
So they try to smear him.
That's right. Smear. That's the word. Yes.
Yeah.
So he brought up things that were I'm being honest. There were anti-liberal. Against the narrative. Thank you. So I should say the narrative is liberal. The power that runs Hollywood is liberal. So he was saying things that were like why are we getting vaccinated type questions, or question the government, or don't believe everything they tell you. So I don't know how he's doing. I think he still has his platform. He's got that.
Oh yeah.
He's got money and he's got his own platform. So they can't really cancel him. He can say what he wants, does what he wants. You can't cancel him in the sense he can still have a voice on the radio, so to speak. You can't cancel that. Yeah.
But he's not looking at Hollywood for his money.
No, not anymore.
He's now, no, not anymore. He's gone this other route.
But it's a Joe Rogan type route. Yeah.
And he will exceed in that for as long as he wants.
You can be liberal, but not woke, meaning like you can have liberals. I'm not anti-liberal or pro-conservative. I'm just pro-truth. I think that's what these guys are getting at. They just want the truth. They just want to know what's going on. Yeah.
The narrative, he's speaking against the narrative that's being pushed on us by media. Him as an individual, I think he's actually libertarian, is more the way that he politically. Liberal as an individual, for sure.
Yeah.
He's interesting. He's an interesting person. I've listened to one of his books, and it was fascinating, his view of the world. Love him or hate him or whatever. He's quick on his feet and has a message that he feels like he needs to share. Yeah.
For sure. Okay. I've got the last two, or do you have the last two? Sorry, I don't even know where we are here.
Go ahead, Ryan. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Hua Kwan. I can't say his name, but he was the kid in Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Temple of Doom.
Why are we checking him out?
Okay, good question. He had a resurgence later in his career. That's why he won. I think he won an Oscar. I think he won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for that movie that we talked about earlier, the one Best Picture, Thing Everywhere All at Once. He won an Oscar, I believe, for that film. I could be wrong, or he's either nominated and or won. He had a resurgence later in his career, like Brendan Fraser type thing. The resurgence is later in his career. But yeah, good for him.
Wow, cool. That is cool.
Yeah, so good for him. He was big on the search list for that. And there's a fun picture with him and Harrison Ford hugging each other at the Oscars, reuniting there of the two from their film years ago. Mm-hmm. And lastly, we have Josh Hutcherson. He played PETA in the Hunger Game films, very popular series. I don't know why he made the top 10, to be honest with you. There you go. I think of all the lists here, this is the one I don't know why. I don't know why he'd be on this list. Let anyone in the comments let us know why he would have made the top 10 search. So, Jason, out of these 10 celebrities, male and one female, which one is the worst and why?
We're going to have to go with that Danny Masterson.
Your reasons for worst could be different, but yes, your why, because of his behavior, or I guess you could say. Or,
yeah. Could you imagine being one of the top 10 Googled actors' personalities? And the reason being is you are a sexual predator of sorts.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you. This is the same reason. We could pick a different reason, but as to why. But yeah, that one goes without saying. Okay. The next, Jay, is video games. I know you don't play, so if you want, I can just go through this list quickly if you want.
Yeah. I'll pick a game that does not interest me.
Yeah, there you go. Jay, you have to try 10 games. But one you can. Okay. So some of these I have played, I'll get through. So number one search was Hogwarts Legacy. I own it and play it. It's a lot of fun. It does a great job exploring and interacting with the world of Hogwarts. I think they did a fantastic job. The second game is Connections.
Is that Playboy or what is that?
Playboy?
Game Boy. I meant Game Boy. Is it on Game Boy?
I think you combined the Game Boy with PlayStation is what you did there.
Oh, man. Shows you how much I know about video games.
What it's on console? The Playboy. I think it's PC.
Okay.
Yeah, I think PC meaning computer. I think it's on the computer. And I think it's on other consoles. I'm a computer gamer, so to be honest with you,
I don't know where computer. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so if I say I've played the game, folks, if anyone cares about Ryan's gamings, it's on my gaming computer. I don't play console games. Okay, so Hogwarts Legacy. The second game was Connections. I've never heard of this, and it was number 2. And now keep in mind, this is Google worldwide, so some of these things will be from other countries.
Sure, yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3, again, I own it and play it. Excellent game. It won Game of the Year, the game Oscar, so to speak. It won Game of the Year. Excellent game. Starfield, number 4.
Oh, okay.
Baldur's Gate 3, yeah.
Okay.
It won Game of the Year, yeah. And it was actually an incredible game, and deservedly so, won Game of the Year. Number 4, Starfield, another game I played and finished. I loved it. Fun game, controversial release. It had a lot of haters and detractors, and a lot of people who love it. I'm on the loving side. I get the criticisms, but it's a fun game all the same.
A girl at work told me about that game. She loves it.
Oh, really? Does she like it or hate it?
No, she loves it. I asked.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
told me
okay.
that she does gaming, and I was surprised because it's a male dominant. Seems to be a male dominant experience. And I asked her what game
It's
she likes.
more
She says,
females
"I'm
now than
into
ever been. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. I'm ignorant on all that, but I'm learning
Yeah.
this by being
No,
around
you're
younger
right, Jay.
people.
When we were kids, no, you're right. When we were teenagers and young adults, but when we were like girls, I didn't play the NES and Sega. Very rarely did you see a girl gaming, right? As old guys were doing it at the Remember when we went to the arcades? It was full of guys at the arcades.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's not but yeah, game is certainly more guys and gals now, which is great. Is she the same one that listens to the podcast?
No, it's a different one.
Oh, okay. Tell her to listen to this one for my
Yeah,
great
okay.
10-second review of Star. It's a fun game. I loved it. I finished it. I'm actually on my second playthrough, as they say. I'm going through it again, making different choices. Okay, Diablo 4 was number 5. It's one I'm going to play because it just got released for the PC. So I am excited to play that one eventually. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was number 6. I've never played any of the Zelda games. They're only on the No. But this apparently is a very fun game. I just don't play Nintendo games or what do you call it? What do they call it? Switch. I think it's on the Switch. I just don't play Switch games.
I think you played Zelda all the time back in the day.
No, it's Phantasy Star I used to play back then, not Zelda.
Oh.
Number 7 is Atomic Heart. Don't know that one. Number 8 is Dead Island 2. It's a survival horror game sequel. I didn't play it. Don't know it. I'm not a big fan of survival horror games. So number 9, I haven't heard of this one. I think it's another survival game. It's called Sons of the Forest. And then lastly, number 10 was Mortal Kombat 1. Cool. Yeah, I guess it's a remake of the first original Mortal Kombat with updated graphics. Probably, I don't know. I don't play fighting games per se very much, but they are fun to play, to pick up and play. But
that was Nintendo, where you had the fight and you had the two.
Yeah, the Street Fighter was that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so of those 10 games, Jay, you just arbitrarily pick one. Why would you play?
I just want to say Connections. It sounds like it's a game with words and stuff. Maybe like a Wordle.
Oh. Did you Google it?
Game? I Googled it when you were talking.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So, I see. Really? Okay.
I believe so. Yeah.
That's interesting. I like those type of games. I think you're right. Yeah, it is. It's a word type game. Okay.
Okay,
right,
so
words.
That wouldn't be it. Yeah, that would not be it. I think the one I would not enjoy. The Legend of Zelda. I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they got the long story.
Yeah, if you're not a fan of those type of games, yeah, those.
It's like a fantasy storyline. You do
those are the ones
ongoing.
I love the interactive storyline stuff. But yeah, if it's not your thing, I can see that. So mine is the opposite. I don't want to play a survival horror game. So I'm just going to pick Dead Island 2. I'm sure it's probably zombies. Ooh, zombies. Run away.
Yeah, that would be, but maybe it's quick and fast and not that bad.
All right, Jay, good picks. The next list is the musicians. So this one would be interesting to see.
Okay. Yeah, Jason Aldean. Heard of him. I don't know if I've heard any of his music. I've heard of him referenced all the time.
Do you know why he was Googled this year?
I think his music was good.
He was number 1. He was the most searched because he did a song called Not My Hometown or Try This in My Hometown. I don't know if you heard about that controversy. So that's why it's not just because I'm sure maybe he's a good country star. I haven't heard any of his music, but that was why, because it was like the idea, like you want to loot my store, you want to rob my house, come to my hometown, and I'll show you a thing or two and bring out my gun type thing. That's the insinuation about the title. Try this in my hometown. Okay. Like you can't do this in a small town USA, what you're doing in LA. Yeah.
I do remember that story. I didn't realize it was him. And yeah. Okay. So Ice Spice.
I think
don't know anything about it.
I think it's a rapper or something. I think it's a female rapper. I think she's gotten very popular very quickly in 2023. I think she hitched her wagon a little bit to Taylor Swift, I think, which helped her catapult a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Taylor Swift was not in the top 10.
That's crazy. Oh, but she's not emerging, though. She's not. These are emerging.
Oh, sorry. Musicians. Thank you, Jason. These are emerging musicians. My apologies. Yeah. Sorry. These are all new. My apologies. You're right. Yeah. Sorry.
So Oliver Anthony, ring a bell? Not for me.
Yeah. He's the guy that sang. So Oliver Anthony, he had a big #1 hit on YouTube, where he sang about. I know he plays a banjo or something. He's got a red beard, I think. It was a big song about America or something like that. The
Richmond,
North Country or something.
Yeah. So I couldn't even get through like a lot. Like I was trying to listen to it. I'm like, I can't.
He was like offered record contract stuff. He turned them all down. He said, "No, I'm just going to live here in my trailer. I'm going to be myself."
Yeah, and then he plummeted. He started to be a little bit too big for himself and stick to his guns.
Yeah. And he was on Joe Rogan, I think, for a brief spell there.
He went on Joe Rogan.
Did you listen to it?
No. I think that'll be the last you'll ever hear of him. Unless he goes corporate. Yeah, Richmond, north of Richmond, which I don't even understand what that means. It's an American thing.
Upper state New York, maybe. I don't know. The businessmen.
So Pluma?
No, now we're getting to the names. I don't know who that is.
Joe Jonas? Okay, I know the Jonas Brothers. So Jonas.
That's why I'm a little confused by the title here. So it says emerging. It's a mixture. Sorry, Jason. It's a mixture of well-known and potentially emerging musicians. So we do have a mixture. Joe Jonas. The reason why he was in the top 10 search is because of his divorce to Sophia Turner.
Oh, he was married to Sophie. Oh yeah. Poor guy.
Get yourself together, man. Hold on to her. What are you doing? Anyways. Okay. Sam Smith. Yeah. So obviously he's not emerging. He's a well-known musician. The reason why he was in the search.
Shock.
Yes, the shock. And it worked. It worked. People don't. Guys, it's shock 101. Alice Cooper did it. You know what I mean by that? Like, it's just shock, guys. They're doing it on purpose. They're doing it to get Googled. You're getting sucked in with people. Satanic and images. It's nothing. I don't know. Part of me is just, it's a character that people have created, and he's just shocking you. He's shocking the conservatives. He wants you to talk about him and hide your kid's eyes from the TV. And he's wearing his assless chaps or whatever on TV. Like, it's just.
It is unappealing.
No, I don't want to see. I don't want to watch it. But that's the whole point. It worked because I don't listen to Sam Smith. I couldn't name you one Sam Smith song or tell you what he sounds like. But I'm talking about it because it worked. That's why they do this, because people talking. So yeah.
When he was up and coming, I thought he has an amazing voice.
I'm sure he's got a great talented voice.
An amazing talent, but I'm not sure where he's gone. It'd
be like Adele. Adele, bless her heart, she's petered out, which is fine. But what she's done, she's embraced. But she does a Residency. What do you call it? Residency. Thank you. In Vegas. And that's the way to do it. She's just a star. She's got big hits, but then she's never going to top the charts again. It's okay. So Sam Smith could have done that route.
Wow.
Could have just been like,
I think, yeah.
Do you think she'll top the charts again? I don't know.
She has. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't follow Adele. I was just using an example of it's okay to have a rising star, and it's okay just to have a career of just hitting those local theaters and just, to your fan base. Okay, the next one is we got Matt Healy. Now, I only know who he is, and the reason why he's in the top 10, you don't want to know why?
I have no idea.
Because he was the rebound boyfriend for Taylor Swift after she broke up with her longtime boyfriend of 6 years, Joe.
Really?
So when Taylor broke up with Joe during the Eras tour, she broke up with Joe. Then she dated Matt Healy, who is the lead singer of the band called the 1975. And he is not a very good-looking guy. I'm surprised, but he was a rebound boyfriend, and that's why he's in the top 10 search. Yeah.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, and now she's with, of course,
that football player, Kels.
Which again, I only know his name because that's how it works. I only know his name. That's how popular Taylor is. I know more football name stars now because of Taylor, and the lead singer's name of the English band in 1975. That just shows you her star power that I know his name. I wouldn't know this guy if he never dated Taylor. Now, Kelly Pickler is number 8, and I don't know why this is. She's a country singer who got her big break from American Idol. Did she die? Because I don't know that she was ever popular enough. So I'm just going to Google really quickly, to be honest.
Maybe just...
Oh, her husband suddenly died just a few days ago. Oh. Wow. Okay. Do we know why he died? Oh, died by suicide. Okay. So her husband killed himself, and then she went up to search... That's why she went up Google. Okay. Interesting. Sorry to hear that, Kelly. That sucks. I knew her from American Idol years ago. She's had a substandard country career. Like, nothing like Carrie Underwood type thing. You know what I mean? But That's why she bumped up Google, because her husband killed himself. All right, so we have Kim Petras at number 9. Never heard of him or her. Kim, yeah, popular song "Heart to Break." Have you ever heard of Kim Petras?
No,
German singer, songwriter?
German singer. So electronic music, pop. Yeah, I don't know anything about her. Yeah.
And then last, it's a her, yeah. And lastly, at number 10, never heard of this individual, Sexy Red with 2 Y's. Why? I don't know, but Sexy Red. Have you ever heard of Sexy Red?
No.
Okay. So, Jay, the way we can do this one is you have to listen to one song 5 times in a row from these 10 artists. Which one are you like, no?
Oh, I was gonna pick Sam Smith just because it was just such an eye roll with all his like stage stuff. But if I had to listen to one song 5 times over, and the only song I know of Oliver Anthony is the one I couldn't finish.
Oliver Anthony, wow.
I have to pick Oliver. I'm not gonna listen to that song 5 times in a row.
I'm gonna go with I think number 10, Sexy Red. I just quickly Googled her. Not what she looks like. I mean, she's neither sexy, and I guess she has red hair. I just, I'm not interested in what she might provide for music. So there you go. That's my pick. Right at the top of my head. Okay.
Next category.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about, Jay. Like you asked, what was a top? So some of these will be repeating, so we just have to say their name. So this is a conglomerate of all the different things that people could have Googled outside of some of them are actors, movies, or what have you. But here's what people Googled throughout the year. These are various fields. Number 1, Jason.
Yeah. So Damar Hamlin, he's the Buffalo Bills football player that had the heart attack on the field.
COVID. Sorry, excuse me. What happened to him?
Yeah. Apparently he had a heart attack on the field.
Is it because is he unhealthy? Is he not physically fit?
It could be part of the hit that he took to the chest before.
Okay.
But
fair enough. All right.
But there could be other injuries.
Yeah, football players, they don't get hit very often in football games.
No, it's a rare occurrence, apparently.
Yeah. That was big news. When that happened, it was huge, like he almost died on the field. Yeah, of course.
And then his random weird reappearances. Yeah, we always see he was like in dark, the hoodies over his head. It's on. Damar.
It does seem weird that why does that have to be so random and weird? Yeah. We're speculated, like, is that really him? Is that a clone? Is this a Jamie Foxx situation? Yeah, I know.
I know this. Nothing's clean and clear anymore. Then we talked about Jeremy Renner. Already Travis Kelce. That's the guy.
Kelce. That's the football player. Yeah.
So he's now with Taylor Swift. He seems like a fun
he's number
guy.
3. He seems like a nice guy. Sure, he seems like a decent guy. I got no issue with him.
Yeah,
and this makes more sense for Taylor to date someone like him.
I was going to say, I think. Yeah, I think this could maybe last.
I think so.
It feels like
he's a good-looking guy. Strong, big. Yeah, exactly. I hate to say it, but
somebody like almost somebody that can hold his own. And he seems like fun. Like,
Look, yeah.
I was gonna say a Gronk. You remember Gronk, the football player, Gronkowski with the Patriots? A fun, lighthearted person. Right. He was Tom Brady's one of his go-to men during their reign in the football. Tucker Carlson. Now he got fired from Fox. Yeah, and now he's big.
It reminds me of the scene in Star Wars where the first film where Darth Vader and Obi-Wan are fighting, and Obi says to Darth Vader, "If you strike me down, I'll come back more powerful than ever." And that's what Fox did to Tucker. They struck him down, and he comes back more powerful than ever. Whether you agree with him or not, it doesn't matter. Tucker's bigger now than ever because of his firing.
Yes. And his firing, a part of he wasn't following the narrative that they would want. Because they tried to cancel him, by firing him, people rally around that. Like, it's not like he got fired because of sexual harassment. He got fired because he was just speaking his mind. And people are tired of not allowing people to speak your minds and being afraid of saying something, whether you can say an opinion, like, I think this is happening, or I feel this way, or you can share facts. But people don't want those type of people to be canceled and never heard from again. And that's why he's now more powerful.
As long as it's not hate speech or promoting violence, blah, blah, blah. But you should be allowed to say your feelings on whatever the matter, and people can say, "No, I don't agree with you." And guess what? Then I won't listen to you. That's fine.
Or
I've always
or
said
not
the
agree with you,
view-
and I'll listen to the next time you talk. You
Right.
don't have to push somebody
Like, for-
aside completely.
I agree. For example, The View. I can't stand that show. I can't stand that show. I think they're all a bunch of clucking hens on that show. However, I would never advocate for it to get canceled. I think everyone on there are morons. I think they're idiots. However, if I had the power to cancel, I wouldn't. If people want to listen to them, go ahead, listen to them. It doesn't bother me that they are they. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. But why is it those same gals, they hate Tucker and they try to cancel Tucker? That's what bugs me. Let that voice exist, but why do you have to shut them down? I don't understand that.
But the more that people try to cancel other people, it makes me ask,
Why? Yeah, that's all. Yeah, better point. That's better. Said,
and you're bringing attention to the person than you otherwise would. Now more people are interested. What is it that Tucker or Russell Brand or Joe
Sure.
Rogan?
why are you
Elon
tying the shop
Musk,
so badly?
Why are you so worried about what it is they're saying?
Right.
And now I'm intrigued and interested,
Right.
and I will go and listen and try and find out what it is that's the problem.
That's right.
Most people would ignore them too. Like they just go, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's
You
what I
got
mean.
fired
Rogan
Yeah.
never says, "Don't listen to Whoopi." He doesn't say that.
Right.
He doesn't say you shouldn't listen to Whoopi. Don't listen to what she has to say. He just says what he wants to say, and he'll be like, "My people will listen to me, or my listeners will listen to me," and that's fine. He doesn't try to shut down Whoopi.
Right.
It's weird. Yeah, you're right. It's called the Streisand effect. Is what it is. What you're referring to. You know what that means? The Streisand effect. Have you heard?
I do. Remind me. Yeah, I do know it.
So early the internet days, this is probably early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, kind of when the internet was really starting to blow up, social media and all this stuff. So like pre-Facebook even probably. But someone took a photo, long story short, somebody took a photo of Streisand's house. I think it was an aerial shot or something to that effect. And then she went out to sue or try to eliminate. She goes, take that photo off the internet. I don't want my house shown on the internet. And everyone's, what? What house? Why are you talking about? Why don't you want people to see your house? So what did everyone do? Everybody searched for Barbara Streisand's house. If she didn't say anything, I don't care about Barbara's house, but now I had to look. I had to look now. So it's the Streisand effect. Yeah.
Yes.
So people have learned it's better just if you don't want people talking about it.
If you want people to be interested in it, make it a taboo.
Yeah, exactly.
Make it forbidden.
Yeah.
Oh, it's forbidden. I'll go sneak around and consume it, ingest it, view it, listen to it, put a censorship label on it. Now I'm intrigued. Do that.
That's what happened to Tucker. Going back, Fox cancels him because he has something to say. The Fox and everyone's, ooh, this guy sounds intriguing. He sounds why? Ooh, what does he have to say that would get him fired? Ooh, I gotta go check out this guy. Why is he so controversial? I gotta go check him out now. See, if they didn't let him go, he'd still be on Fox, and nobody would be listening as much as they do. Yeah. Okay.
Lil Tay.
Oh yeah,
never heard of him.
Lil Tay. Never heard of him. All right, but the number 5,
internet personality.
Yeah,
and a rapper. Don't know anything about that guy.
Apparently, they have a controversial online presence. I don't know what it is. I haven't heard it. So, speaking of controversial online presence, Andrew Tate, currently in holding still, Jay. He's still in jail, isn't he?
No, he's out. He was house arrest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll make his comeback, so to speak?
This last week, he was on a talk with Elon Musk.
Oh.
Elon Musk, Alex Jones, one of the presidential campaign, one of the Republican presidential, what was the word? When you're running for president or you were trying to nominate Remy, is that he has not disappeared. He was on a X conversation open for everybody to listen to with Alex Jones, who got reinstated onto X, Elon Musk, and this Ramy nomination person. So he has not gone anywhere, and he is probably just as important to people as he was when he was put into jail. If you remember, he was the number one Googled person in 2022. And here he is again he was number one Googled person, if not thing of all time of all things Googled in 2022.
Okay. Next we have Carly Russell. Never heard of them. You?
No.
Number 7. Interesting. Number 8, Jamie Foxx. Of course, we talked about that. Number 9 was Danny Masterson. We talked about that. And number 10 was Matt Rife. There you go. So there's the top 10 various individuals from various fields. Jason, who of the 10 that you're aware of, anyways, at this point, who is the worst and why?
I'm going to say Matt Rife in that.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if I would care about his comedy that much to care about what it is, whether it's a message or his personality or, oh, I think he might be really funny. I think I laugh enough. I got my fill of comedians. There's funny people all over the place. Another comedian in my life isn't going to be make it or break it for me, so I'll leave him.
Yeah. I agree with Matt Rife in a sense too, in the sense of he doesn't interest me. So I'm going to pick him as the worst.
Yeah.
I have no interest in Googling him. I don't want to hear his comedy. I don't care about him. Ugh, everyone else, I would like to learn a little bit more at the very least. Of once I don't know, I'd rather Google them as to why they're on the list.
Right.
Than learning more about Matt. Okay.
Exactly.
We're at the last two. These are the news events. So these are big. We won't get too big into them, obviously. Some are very controversial and what have you. So I'm not going to share my feelings on any of these really. But of course, number one, of course, is the war in Israel and Gaza, Jason. That's the number one Google thing, probably in the world. The war that's going on right now. It's unfortunate this is happening. It's unfortunate there's killing on both sides. It's sad. Yeah. And we want peace and we want this to be resolved, of course. Okay. Number two, of course, with the Titanic submarine, Jay. Sorry.
Tragic.
Yeah.
And silly. But silly as in was totally avoidable, and there was a lot of indications not to do what they're doing. Not to do what they did.
Yeah,
anyway.
So they didn't feel anything at the very least. Science has shown that when they reached those depths of crushing depth, it was instantaneous death. So at least they had that. That's my understanding. I could be wrong.
The lead up to it was probably terrifying, though. They knew that they were in a lot of trouble.
The next three we'll just say are three different hurricanes made the news.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, these are big events. Yeah, big events. We got Hurricane Hillary. Hurricane. I think I saw a meme. Did you see that? It was called Hurricane Hillary, and they actually showed a meme of his face like, chewing up the U.S. or whatever. Hurricane Idalia, and then Hurricane Lee.
Wow.
Right, so three different hurricanes. Yeah.
So I'll just say with the Hurricane Hillary, that hurricane still didn't kill more people than Hillary Clinton has.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, who's killed more people? I'd rather face Hurricane Hillary than Hillary. Yeah, fair enough. I'll take my chances with the hurricane.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh boy.
Oh, man. All right. Then we got the Maine shooting. Obviously horrible.
Maine shooting.
So many, Jake. Take your pick because we got another one.
Yeah, we got another Nashville shooting.
Yeah.
And then the Maui fire.
Number 8. Yeah. Whoa.
A little bit of a land grab.
That's a weird one, man.
That is weird.
Boy, there's some interesting topics this year. What a fun year. Boy, the poor people that suffered in reality in that fire, man.
Oh, yeah. There's too much on that one. And then there's the Idaho murder trial.
Do you know this one?
No.
I don't know this one.
Is it?
I haven't heard this one. Is that the college?
Is it the people that had the missing kids?
Yeah, it's the 4 college students that were killed in their town in Moscow, Idaho. Remember those 4 kids were just sleeping in their dorm? And the guy walks in and just kills them in their sleep?
No, I did not hear this.
Yeah. That's a brutal one.
What?
Yeah.
What college?
Idaho College. I don't know which one, but it's in Moscow, Idaho.
Did he get caught?
Yeah, I think so. He's caught.
Oh,
University
boy.
of Idaho. Buddy walked in and just slit their throats or something. He stabbed them. I think they're all stabbings, I think.
Holy.
Yeah. I think early in the year, but boy, I forgot about that one.
Canada wildfires. All those spontaneous fires everywhere. Every summer, they just erupt in the middle of nowhere just to prove how much heat there is in the air during summertime.
But yeah, that was pretty interesting. The wildfires, how a lot of them started at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
The satellite images of a straight line across some random mountainside.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Side note, you should Google energy weapons. It's an interesting topic. Okay. All right. What's your worst? Yeah, what's the worst news story and why? There you go. What?
Oh, there's some tough ones. The worst one.
That?
So is it the least harmful?
I don't know. These are all horrible. None of these are
brutal.
But these are all news stories. That's the thing. These are just news events, but these are like they're all horrible events. So which one is which one is the worst of the best?
Which is the worst of
these are the best worst events, right? These are the top worst events in the world. Which one's the worst?
So which was, I guess, at the
you can have okay, I would almost argue the
worst one's got to be the war.
The war is horrible, right? For the sake of war, the conflict, and the ongoing deaths. This has taken the most life, the most tragedy, the most victims on both sides. Doesn't matter what side you're on. These are the most loss of life, both sides. Yeah, I agree. The one that makes me raise my eyebrows the most is the Canada wildfires. Okay. All right.
The Maui fire isn't that far behind the Canada fire.
Okay, we have our last topic here. This is just really quickly. These are the searches or queries for specific terms on Google.
Yeah, I found this list interesting.
Yeah, so these are outside of all the things we've just mentioned, like news stories, celebrities. These are just things that people Googled.
Hotels.
Yeah.
People just Googled hotels?
It's huge. Look at our last episode. Look at our last episode on the Worst of the Best podcast. We talked about travel destinations in the world. Yeah. So we had a whole episode based on it. So yeah.
Okay, then Facebook, YouTube, Craigslist. It's funny. I've been selling a few items on Marketplace, and I thought, what happened to Craigslist? Does anybody use Craigslist? And then here we go.
Still there.
Craigslist is number 4.
Yeah.
Then you got the Facebook login.
Facebook login. Yeah. Number 5. And then the last 5 are Aquarius.
Why?
I don't know.
Huh.
Google itself.
Is Aquarius the name of the submarine that got squished?
Maybe. eBay, Yahoo, and then Yahoo Mail.
Man, weird.
I think it's other countries. That's why. I think other countries still use those things. I think. Yeah, this is worldwide. Okay. So, Jay, out of the 10 there, which one is your least? Which one do you think you did? For me, it'd be Yahoo Mail.
Yahoo Mail.
I think I had a Yahoo email at one point when we first started using the internet. I think we must have had Yahoo Mail. Okay, that's it, folks. That is our most searched topics and Google searches of 2023. I think it was a fun discussion. I really love doing these ones because we just talk about a variety of different topics in one episode. And, of course, we already made our worst picks throughout. We're not going to repeat them all. Yeah, I hope everyone had a good year. I hope everyone did some safe searching. I really hope nobody was involved in any of these tragedies. If you are, our hearts go out to you, obviously. And we also hope that anything we talked about of a sensitive nature was just done out of, it's either one of those laugh or cry situations. We want to wish everyone a safety and health and be good, be kind, peace and love and all that good stuff. We want everyone just to be happy. And fortunately, the world is a tumultuous place and we live in it. And we talked about it a little bit today. Give your loved one a hug over these holiday season and watch a movie, watch Barbie. Remember, in front of every silver lining, there's a cloud. Happy holidays, happy new year, and all the other holidays throughout this year. Enjoy your time with your family and friends as best you can. And we'll see you on a couple episodes from now where we have the best deaths of the year. Until then, talk to you later.